I don't like to talk politics, but after tonight's debate, I have to. This was our second presidential debate, and within the first few minutes, the question that was asked was about Donald Trump's banter with his guy friends, just shooting the breeze with his guy friends and saying that in his position and in his power, if he wanted it, he could have it because girls throw themselves at him. And let's be honest, we all know that's true. He is so rich, he is so powerful, and he's decent looking. Of course women are throwing themselves at him. This is important to our presidency, our presidential candidate. That matters in the debate. Are you kidding me? This is what we're talking about in one of the first few questions. Grow up. Grow up. You don't have anything on him, so you're just reaching at what's being said. You don't have anything on him? While we had a president that sat in the Oval Office and got sucked off, penetrated a woman with something, and then ejaculated and committed adultery in the Oval Office of the White House as our sitting president, and then lied about it. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Lying, and had to come back and apologize for lying, and then for committing adultery, and then he still didn't get impeached. What kind of an example are we setting for our children and for America if the President of the United States can get away with adultery and lying like it's nothing? These are liars and terrible people, the Clintons. And here's Donald Trump. They have nothing on him. So they're reaching. And they're trying to find something that they can report on. And it's just banter between him and his friends. Are you freaking kidding me? The truth of the matter is, they're so afraid, they're shaking in their boots that Donald Trump is actually going to win this. Because you want to know what happens when Donald Trump gets in there? He's an outsider. He's going to expose all the political screwing that's been going on. How you and I have been getting screwed from behind with a smile on our face and didn't even know it. While these politicians sit back with their money and they don't have any problems. And yet on national television on the second presidential debate for the highest held office in our government, presidency, we're talking about words that I've heard worse things come out of good Christian men's mouth, married men. And Donald Trump said something over a decade ago. And this is relevant. Instead, he answered it so well because ever since this came out, I said that about Bill Clinton. Getting sucked off. Sexual relations. That's disgusting. In our Oval Office while he's married and then lie about it and not be impeached. But Donald Trump, we're going to make it headline news that he said a statement about women and how he could get women. You know he's getting women throwing at him all the time. Do you realize who he is? Do you even realize that he has so much money and he owns so many things that he doesn't need this? He's so successful. He's one of the most successful people ever. He owns sky rises. He owns golf courses. He owns yachts. He owns boats. He owns everything, casinos. He's been there, done that. He's been around the most beautiful women in the world. Look at his wife, Melania Trump. Look at his children. They're so successful. They're such a good family. Look, I'm wearing his daughter's dress right now. These are good American people. They're hardworking American people. They're small business owners that became large really fast. We're small business owners. Let me tell you something. When you own the business and it's your house and your money, and if you eat or not on the line at stake, you care and you make better decisions. When you're in the politics and you're going to get your base pay no matter what you do, it doesn't matter what decisions you make. You really think they care what happens to us? You think that they care about you and me? They don't care. They're still getting their lifestyle. They're still getting their things. And then here's the Clintons. The same people that lied, committed adultery, and then when they were leaving the White House actually stole furniture from our White House and tried to bring it with them. And they got busted and had to bring it back. Now, how sad is that? These are the same people that have been going around and taking money from our enemies and doing speeches for our enemies and making a lot of money doing it. They need money. They're desperate for money. They aren't doing these things for the right reasons. Donald Trump doesn't need the money. He's doing it for the right reasons. He could just go and retire away and drink hottie toddies and have a great time with no stress. But he sees America's hurting and he wants to help us. And so instead of spending the first few minutes talking about him having banter with his friends, why don't we talk about what needs to be going on in America? Like, why are we losing so many jobs? Why are our children not learning so well? Why is this insurance situation not fixed yet? My daughter's almost 7 months old and she still does not have her vaccines. And it's not because I'm one of those women that, I don't want to get her vaccinated. It's because ever since I almost died from having her in the hospital, I've had to fight insurance to get her on insurance, and it still isn't fixed yet. She cannot get shots, and she's almost 7 months old. If something was to happen to her because she's not vaccinated, where do you think I'm going to get? Do you know how many people are dying because they can't get the care that they need because of insurance? We're not talking about the insurance problem first. We're not talking about that we owe other countries so much money. It's worse than owing money to the mob. It's these people are going to come and be like, where's my money one day, okay? And if we put our military so far down, then we're eventually going to be speaking another language. They own us. And Donald Trump's trying to fix this. He's a successful businessman. And he can fix it if anybody can. Not a woman that's been sitting in the political chair for how many years, and what does she have to show for it? What can she show for it? What has she done? I'll tell you what she's done. She's lost 33,000 emails that had personal information and very, very secretive information about our country that could be in the hands of terrorists or people that despise us or that would sell it to terrorists. That's what she's done. You want to know what else she did? She actually knew about the Benghazi deal and let our American soldiers get killed. That's what Hillary Clinton did. What else has she shown for it? She's already run and lost. Take your L and keep on walking, Hillary. You are not the one. We need a woman president one day, but she is not the one, you guys. Condoleezza Rice would make a better one. Even Michelle Obama, I would vote for her. I don't even like Obama. Not Hillary Clinton. These people are liars, thieves. They're just the lowest of the low. And here's Donald Trump. They can't find anything on him, so this is what they do. They find ridiculous statements and make it headline news. If you don't wake up, smell the coffee, snap out of it, quit drinking the Kool-Aid, quit listening to the media, because all they're doing is what they're told to do or what they're paid to do by the big guys in government, because they're shaking in their boots. They are shaking in their boots. They're scared to death because if Donald Trump gets into office, he's going to expose it. I've already told you that. They don't want him to get into office. He's actually going to do things. He's actually going to fix things. So they're distracting you by telling you that he's racist or this, that, and whatever. He's done this to women. Trust me, there's nobody else that's done worse things to women than Bill Clinton. Nobody. When Donald Trump said what he said, I'm not saying that he was right, and he was man enough to apologize about it in a statement. But he was not sitting in a political office being an example for our government. Bill Clinton was. And these people just steal and lie and cheat, and you want them to be the ones that take care of us and our children? Can't you see? Do it for yourself. You may not like me. You may not like what I'm saying. You may think I'm hideously ugly. You may think that I have got way too vulgar of a mouth. You may not like me at all. But if you can't step out of the box, put each on a scale, and look at motives, what's his motive, what's her motive, and see clearly beyond the bullshit of what media wants you to believe. Think for yourself. If you don't have a problem with Americans being killed when they could have been saved, and you don't like me for saying that, I don't like you very much either. Because you're not very American, and those people are gone that could have been saved. Are you freaking kidding me? I'm not going to sit here and keep rambling on. She doesn't deserve me to keep talking about her. But I am going to defend Donald Trump on this. I'm a woman. That doesn't offend me at all. I've had married men make much more crude statements to me. And yet here he is, a man of power. Even Jada and Will Smith have an agreement where they're like, oh, so long as we can wake up and look at ourselves in the mirror and be okay, we do it whatever we like sexually with whoever. And that's okay, right? Everybody's okay with that. Yet Donald Trump has never been caught being unfaithful or doing anything wrong. Hadn't been caught with a cigar. Hadn't been caught getting sucked off, especially sitting in the Oval Office, the White House. and you guys are just believing what the media has to say. The presidential debate, one of the first few questions was about his banter. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace for America. He wants to make America great again. These may not be the best candidates that you could think of, but if you are on the fence, you need to take a big pause and do some thinking. Do some logical thinking here. Motives. Who does it for the money? Who needs the money? Who wants the power? Who's craving power here? Donald Trump is successful and been on top and been in the public eye on television, one of the biggest influences because he's so successful. He doesn't need this. Hillary Clinton needs this. They need the money. They need a lot of things. They really need a lot of things, but I ain't going to go into all that. I am going to say that I ask you to step outside of the box, stop thinking how you've been thinking, stop listening to the media. They're all liberals that are going to report bad things because they're getting paid underneath, slipped money underneath the table to keep you distracted, to keep you like this. So you won't look up and actually see the truth. Because if you actually looked up, you would see the truth and you would see that this is silly. Our children had to listen to our president talk about how he had sexual relations. And this is why the divorce rate is so high in America, is because we let it be okay. We let them get away with murder in Benghazi. We let them get away with sexual adultery. We let them get away with just leaking information, security information that's very important and valid and that could hurt us, deplete our military, abandon our military. And look at the school programs. My boys are so intelligent, but you know they're struggling in math because of the core. Can you believe this? Look, there's a lot of things that need to change. And there's a lot of things that need to be talked about in the first little bit of the debate. But they're not the banter that Donald Trump had. And I'm glad he handled it the way he did. But I definitely felt the need to reach out and say this. If you're going to go vote, get knowledgeable. And if you decide that you don't want to go vote, think again, because you not voting affects you too. And this is presidency. This has to do with your life and your family's life, your children's life, your work, your health care. People are actually desperate and about to blow their brains out because they don't have money. People are actually dying because they can't get the medical care they need because of insurance, because of Obamacare. Does that not frighten you? Do you not want to change this? Hillary Clinton has been in the office and helped Obama. You notice that they're right there together. And I don't think that's right either. I think that the writing is on the wall, and I think that if you don't see it, you just need to just clear your eyes, wake up, and just look harder. Search a little. Do a little bit of your thinking on your own. Do a little bit of pros and cons and motives weighing. And then when you find the big picture, you're probably going to see that you're being fooled or you're playing yourself. So I hope that you have a great evening, but I really hope that you take what I've said to heart because this is important. This isn't something just to overlook. This is silly that this is what's being talked about in the debate. It's disgraceful. We've got to be the laughingstock of the world. And yet, Bill Clinton's horrible things just go away. He gets excused. Hillary Clinton did criminal things, losing 33,000 emails, putting us in danger, killing soldiers, and it just gets swept under the rug. But Donald Trump says something, and we don't know what happened after that. We don't know if he did something wrong or not, but by gosh, we're going to include that in the debate because that's bad. They can't find anything on Donald Trump, and they're reaching. Wake up. Look at this. And have a good day.